Let's make a square bowl 4 inch by 4 inch size. Now we have to cut 10 wires of length 3 feet and 9 inches. So measure 1 and with that you can cut rest of the 9 wires. Now take your roll of wires and measure 1 feet and 4 inch and fold at that place. So always your roll should be on the right side, I mean the bundle. And now make knot with the first cut wire and make sure that your left side running wire which you measured should be 1 feet and 4 inches. See now 1 feet 4 inches. And since we are going to make 10 knots, one side will be making 6 knots and other side we will be making 4 knots. So the side which we are going to make 6 knots will be having extra 1.5 inch. Now we are joining the second knot. Continue these knots and always make sure they are equal on both sides. So continue the same thing till you finish all your cut wires and make sure that they are in same level. Okay, one side it should be more than 1.5 inch. And when you finish, you measure the same length, that is 1 feet and 4 inches. See, I am counting till 10. Now I am measuring 1.4 inches and then cutting those wires. And then the second line, same thing, you measure 1.4, or you can make use of the first line and fold it at the first knot and make the second line. So you continue like this, making knots until you go to the end of that line. This is a second line, and when you finish the second line, you cut the same same length of wire which we left in the first line. So you got to do the same thing until you do 6 lines on this side. We have actually I have left the extra wire on the upper side, so I'll be making 6 lines on the upper side. So I'm making the third line now. Make sure that your left side wires are in same length. Always measure it and then make knots. I'm showing it very fast here, fast forwarding. So same thing you have to do, just measure it and fold it at the exact point and make your first knot, and then just like that you can just fold and make the other knots. This is a simple box knot where there are only few steps to make a knot. You continue like this until you make 10 by 10, that's 100 knots. There you go. We have made 6 lines on this side and we have to make 4 more on this side. So I'm turning the wires and I'm going to make 4 more lines on this side. So same thing, I'm measuring the length of the wire, folding it at the first knot and then continuing with the other knots until I am done with the last knot. Then I'll be measuring the right side wire and cutting it from there. So this is how you make the base of this bowl. So you will be done with the 4 lines now. So here I am showing you how this is finished, and this is like 4 inch by 4 inch, that is 10 knots by 10 knots. 100 knots are there. Okay, now we'll start with the first row of the basket where you will leave 2.5 inch and then you'll make this first knot, and then you have to continue along until you reach this point, and I'll show you I'll stop at the corners and show you how the corners are turned. Just make knots, uh, then you will have normally when you make knots you will have square gaps. When you make a, see, this is the corner, when you make the next knot you will be having a triangle gap. See, there is a square gap, triangle gap. So same thing you have to do for all the other three corners. That is how you turn a corner in any basket. This is turning your basket with a sharp corner. If you want a smooth corner, then you have to leave one knot, and there are other steps you have to do, like make some other knot. Okay, so here I am showing you, see, same thing. This is turning the corner. So you continue the knots same way, and then until you finish this whole row you will be having the triangle gaps at 4 points. Okay, 4 corners. So when you finish, this is how I make this joining knot. I do not cut them. Since this is a different color wire, I don't want to show this wire in tucking it up in the blue one. So I am tucking it with the same color and then making the invisible knot. This invisible knot, ladder knot is, there is a shorts, so you can go and check it out, or you can slow this video down and you can make the knot. So this is how you do the first row and then second row, and you continue until you finish till, see, this is how you make the second row. Same ladder knot. This ladder knot will not be poking inside, so it will be hidden inside the knots. See how I am inserting the whole roll and making this invisible knot. So you continue like this until you go and finish till 7 rows. I'm giving a little bit of a design for this, so, and see, now 7 lines are done and I have tucked in also. Now I'm going to insert the same color, so I am like tucking it in inside the basket. This is how I tuck in with a needle. It's easy this way. See, that's it, done. Then just pull it up until the wire doesn't show up outside the knot, so it's fully hidden. And same way you make the box knot, fold, come around, fold, and then go inside, and then pull down, pull up. That's it. So you make the same thing until you make 3 lines. Okay, so totally this height of the basket has 10 lines, where we'll be tucking in one of the lines to make the border of the basket. You can see on the side there is a basket which has a rim with a design. So you make 3 lines and tuck them in, and when you done with the 3 lines, see, you have to take the cut wires and tuck them in on the third line, not on the first, not on the second, third line. See, like this, just tuck them all in the third line, and then you have to pull all the wires inside to get a nice rim, and then you have to tuck all the wires inside the knots. Tuck all the wires in, okay, don't cut anything, and you will be done with a beautiful basket. And thank you for watching this long. Hope you enjoy this video, and all the best for making this beautiful basket. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.